Good morning. Yo, what's good? Good afternoon, Freedom Marchers. Good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Tyrants Bane here, coming at y'all with a quick live stream. Oh, boy. Every time, man. On my way back to, just got off work, a little later than I normally would, but, it is what it is. Just wanted to touch on this topic, man, because Tank on some wild shit. Tank Davis, or Tonka Truck Davis, is on some wild-ish. Tank Davis has been doing quite a few interviews over the last couple of weeks. Many of those interviews are with individuals who have nothing to do with covering boxing. For some reason, he has shut out, media that covers boxing, right? He has a very strict media thing where you basically, if you're boxing media, or if you're a boxing channel, or like a boxing YouTube channel, or a boxing podcaster, you ain't getting no interview with Tank Davis, right? No interview with Tonka Truck Davis. You are shut out completely from being able to ask the guy questions. And, he was on one such podcast with a guy who was interviewing him, and he was discussing, the guy was asking him questions about how difficult the opponent would be that he would face. You know what I'm saying? Guys, of course, that he hasn't fought before. These are guys, Tank has never stepped in the ring with, in a sanctioned fight, right? A couple of these guys he sparred with. I think he sparred with everybody he mentioned, right? Except for Lomachenko. Now, the interviewer asked him about Devin Haney. Tank calls Devin Haney easy work, right? Then he asked about Shakur Stevenson. Tank Davis says easy work. Then the interviewer asked about Keyshawn Davis, and Tank says super easy work. So he's calling Keyshawn Davis super easy work, right? And I'm like, dude, this dude, man. And my question would be, of the interviewer, if they're such easy work, why aren't you fighting them? Why aren't you why aren't you fighting these guys, right? That is a very simple follow-up question I would ask. Like, okay, if they're easy work, why aren't you fighting them? But the guy asked about Lamont Roach. Sugar Free Mars was good. Sugar Free Mars in the building. Thank you for coming through, Queen Sugar Free Mars. The guy asked him about Lamont Roach. And Tonka Truck Davis says, hey, Sugar. Look at, Kayla Rosen, how you doing? Dead Mike's in the building. A. Marie, how you doing? Keep pushing, keep grinding. Thank you for the encouraging words. I'll read them more fully once I stop. I don't want to. Real odds and evens was good. So this dude asked Tonka Truck Davis about Lamont Roach. And you know what Lamont Roach says? Tonka Truck Davis says? He says Lamont Roach is a challenge. Oh, and they also asked him about Lomachenko. This is the worst time to leave work, man. You're right there, Mike. Dubois did have the bubble guts, indeed. And so he says Lamont Roach is a challenge. He also says that Lomachenko would be a challenge simply because of his experience. Now even that is these motherfuckers, man. That's ridiculous to say that, oh, Lomachenko's a challenge, but there's an asterisk by it. Oh, it's only because he's a veteran or he has experience. But to say that Lamont Roach, he didn't even hesitate. This shit is crazy. Man, dude, that might it's mad. Yeah, I like to leave earlier in this. This shit is crazy. But man, like, what are we talking about? How is, like, see, yeah, this is why he goes on these goddamn podcasts, these easy work podcasts. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. The podcast that Tonka Truck Davis goes on, I'm gonna start calling it the easy work podcast that he goes on, because, or the fluff piece, because this is crazy. Like, no way these guys did not challenge him about saying that Lamont Roach is a challenge, but Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and Devin Haney are not challenges, and Lomachenko being a challenge is only because of his experience? What? See, we know that Tonka Truck Davis is full of shit. He's only saying this because he chose to fight Lamont Roach instead of his contemporaries in his own division. He pulled Lamont Roach up from 130 for no fucking reason. He's gaining nothing from fighting Lamont Roach. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach is not in the rankings, right? You're pulling him up. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to gain from beating this guy. You want everyone to accept the fact that you're fighting this dude. So you tell people that he's a challenge. You know, this is a complete insult to the intelligence of the Tonka Truck Davis fan base. Because any rational boxing enthusiast or boxing practitioner or boxing, you know what I'm saying, anybody that has any level of boxing knowledge whatsoever, if they are fans of boxing, connoisseurs of boxing itself, and not of a boxer, right, like many Tonka Truck Davis fans are, then you know good and goddamn well that Lamont Roach is not more of a challenge than Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying, Shakur Stevenson, or Keyshawn Davis. Ain't no goddamn way that you are really going to sit up here and try to convince people that this is the case, right? I mean, like, he has been saying some wild shit throughout his little media campaign, his interview campaign that he's been doing with these people that ain't gonna do nothing but kiss his ass. I mean, there was, I think, maybe a couple guys challenged him a little bit, but this is crazy, right? This is crazy. To say this thing for millions of people to see, if they are such easy work, right? Keyshawn Davis has a belt in your division. Shakur Stevenson has a belt in your division. It should be no problem for you to fight either one of those guys right after you fight Lamont Roach. There should be no goddamn, you're going to step on Lamont Roach, and you know good and goddamn well you are. You're going to step on Lamont Roach, and as soon as you step on that dude, you need to take your ass and hit up Keyshawn Davis or Shakur Stevenson and unify. Now, what I want to see, because Tonka Truck said that he was going to call out his next fight after the Lamont Roach fight, right? If he does not call out Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis, I am very interested to see what his baby gobblers have to say about it. Because there is this theory and assertion that is going around that is saying that Tonka Truck Davis is going to try to fight Floyd Schofield next. I heard somebody bring that up on BFTB's channel. I would not put it past Tonka Truck Davis to sabotage the fight between Shakur Stevenson so that he can line him up to fight next. I would not put it past Tonka Truck Davis to do that. It is well within his MO to pull some shit like that, right? He did the same thing with Frank Martin, right? He pulled Frank Martin away from the Shakur Stevenson fight. Now, he didn't, I mean, they weren't a week away from the fight or anything like that, but nonetheless, Tonka Truck Davis has been known to do this. Now, if he fights Floyd Schofield next, then, I mean, yeah, the people that baby gobble Tonka Truck Davis ain't got shit to say that isn't goddamn critical of Tonka Truck Davis. I mean, they better shit on this dude. They better clown his ass. Listen, you got 2 easy belts then. You got 2 easy unification fights at 135 after you beat Lamont Roach. You got easy work, right? It's such easy work. Well, goddamn it, fight these motherfuckers next. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear Nathan about him going down to pull up Jamel Herring, to pull up goddamn Stephen Fulton. No, we're not accepting that. No. I don't want to hear shit about you going down to the goddamn zoo to find a honey badger to fight. No, we're not doing that either. We're not accepting a fight with a honey badger. We're not accepting a fight with the abominable snowman. No. Do not take your ass down nowhere but lateral, motherfucker. You better go to Shakur and you better go to Keyshawn. Either one of them. Or whoever gets the IBF belt when Loma gets snatched. That they need to snatch that belt from that motherfucker. I don't know why Loma still got that belt. Anyway, Queen Sister Cameron, how you doing? Yang Tay was good. She thinks he or she thinks that Shakur beats Tank easy. Well, I mean, that remains to be seen, right? It remains to be seen because Shakur said that he's the best boxer he's the best boxer except for his hand, right? So he's pretty confident he can beat Tank with healthy hands. The bottom line is Shakur easy work, Keyshawn easy work. Loma is only a challenge because he has experience. You need to fight one of them motherfuckers next. Point blank in the period. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about nothing else. I don't want to hear no more excuses. I don't want to hear nothing about, I'm just reaching across the goddamn, I'm just reaching across to help the DC brother out. Yeah, I'm just trying to put money. No, hell no. No. Nope. I don't want to hear shit about, the excuse about why he's fighting Lamont Roach. Well, Lamont Roach came up in DC. He lived under an oven with all the other roaches. You know what I'm saying? And they got by on the crumbs that fell out when people got the food out. And, I was raised by alley cats. And, they would feed me. The mama alley cat would feed me her titty milk. Yeah, I was eating cat milk. And I'll take my ass down to the gym. You know what I'm saying? She made sure I got there safe. I don't hear nothing about none of that. I don't want to hear nothing about the alley cat raised goddamn Tonka Truck Davis. Raised in the mean streets of Baltimore. Reaching out to his brother. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. I'm getting tired of this shit. Retire already. Retire. You said you wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather. All right. Well, retire and fight Floyd Mayweather in a negative 2-round exhibition with 30-ounce gloves. and headgear, nigga. Like, take your ass on somewhere. You think that Lamont Roach is more of a challenge? He can't believe this shit. There is no fucking way he believes it. Tonka Truck Davis is a fucking hater. That's really what it boils down to. Tonka Truck Davis is a fucking hater, and he knows that Shakur is hot as fish grease that was cut off an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? And not too hot because he had to fight Padley, but you know what I'm saying? Hot as fish grease that was cut off an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? And Devin whooped his ass in sparring match. He ain't trying to see that again. The bottom line is, we need to knock it off. We need to knock this shit off. You guys are enabling this dude. Not you guys. Not you guys. Tonka Truck Davis fanatics. Y'all are giving him all the ammunition. Y'all are giving him all the listen. These motherfuckers, these YouTubers, these Tank Davis YouTubers, right? See, you want to call them boxing YouTubers, but really they're Tank Davis YouTubers. These Tank Davis YouTubers, they create these narratives, right? They create the lies for Tonka Truck to push on to the casual. They create these narratives. They have been trying to convince everybody that Lamont Roach, who grew up under the oven in DC, was the best matchup for Tonka Truck Alley Cat Rays Davis. They create a sob story. Oh, you know, he trying to put money in the black man's pocket. Oh, it's DC versus it's the DMV, baby, yeah. But you're fighting in New York. You're fighting in New York. Don't you want your adopted alley cat mother to be able to go to the fight? Can you imagine? Her little paws are going to be rubbed raw trying to run her ass all the way to New York. You know what I'm saying? And you know that unless he takes them on the plane with him and puts them in one of them little caddy carriers, this is some bullshit. Lamont Roach is more of a challenge. If you don't knock it off, I saw that. I was like, dude, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. And he said it with a straight face. Easy work. I mean, this is crazy, man. Fight them then. Fight them. Fight them. Fight them. I don't want to see you fight nobody but Shakur or Keyshawn next. And Loma if he comes back. That is what we should be pressuring Tonka Truck Davis to do. If you're an actual Tonka Truck Davis supporter and you want him to do better by his career, then you will encourage him to fight his contemporaries. Because from what I'm seeing, no excuses exactly, Cameron. From what I am seeing, and from what I'm hearing from reports, those fights aren't, the seats aren't selling, y'all. Those seats aren't selling. They're not selling. Not like that, not like they should be. And I'm pretty sure that, how much is the pay-per-view? $99.99. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. He is the biggest pussy in boxing. Sugar-free Mars. He's like, oh, I know. All I got to do is say that Devin is easy work. Keyshawn is easy work. Shakur is easy work. And say that Lamont Roach is more of a challenge. And he just has to leave it there. He just has to leave it there. He does not have to justify it. He doesn't have to explicate, as Sugar-Free Mars would say. He does not have to explicate his reasoning behind saying this. No, he just has to set it there. You know why? Because all these people they're gonna come out the woodworks. They're gonna pick it up and they're gonna watch. Tomorrow, the next day, because you know they fight on this Saturday. The fight's this Saturday. Oh yeah. They're gonna pick it up and run with it. They're gonna say, hey man, you know, this hey man, hey, you know, it's easy work for Tank, man. You know what I mean? It's easy work. You know, shit. That's all they're gonna have to do. They're not even gonna have to explain it. All they're gonna say is shit like, oh well, you know, Shakur is easy work for Tank, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he broke his hand, you know, and even though he did knock out Padley, you know, he broke both hands and you know, and all that, and this and that, and all that there. You know what I'm saying? And Keyshawn, man, you know, he ain't got nothing for Tank, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's that. Because in 1982, Mike Tyson wouldn't have beat, you know, he wouldn't have beat, what's his fucking name? He wouldn't have beat Muhammad Ali in 1982 because Muhammad Ali had Hodgkins or some silly shit. They gonna make up some shit. Oh yeah, they gonna be real clever. They gonna twist the narrative up. They gonna twist it like a motherfucker. Oh yeah. They easy work for Tank. Yeah, they easy. Yeah, these guys ain't got shit on it. All right, I wouldn't have you know what? I would not have a problem with Tonka Truck Davis saying that. I really wouldn't. I would not have a problem with it. But what is it? Are these intentional fires? Oh, looks like controlled fires are going on. Anyway, smell good. I would not have a problem with Tonka Truck Davis saying that these guys were easy work if he did not say Lamont Roach was a challenge. That's what really sent me. That's what sent me, is when he said Lamont Roach was a challenge. How? What? I mean, what demonstrated to Tonka Truck Davis that Lamont Roach is a challenge? Where have you seen this? Where have you seen this? Like, what has demonstrated? What has Lamont Roach demonstrated to you that he is a challenge for you? Like, real talk. I mean, listen, man, this shit is crazy. Lamont Roach is not undefeated. Not that he needs to be a challenge. But these other guys have clearly better resumes than Lamont Roach. They have more experience, right? Something except for maybe Keyshawn. And they have all fought at 135 for a good period of time. Keyshawn Davis has way more experience than Lamont Roach at 135. He just beat Baranchik for a championship belt. Just whooped on him. Just made it look easy, right? There were a couple things I saw that I felt like Tank could exploit. But there are a lot more things that he could exploit on Lamont Roach. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at Lamont Roach and Tonka Truck Davis side by side, there's not that big a size difference, right? It looks like Lamont Roach is damn near the same height. So Tank is not going to have to be as explosive to get in, right? Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. This dude really got people out here believing that Lamont Roach is a challenge, man. That Lamont Roach is a challenge. These other guys aren't. Or even if he would have said Lamont Roach is a challenge, but kept those other guys out of it, or were completely honest. If he was honest about if he were completely, but when you say that Keyshawn is super easy work, And think about this. How is Keyshawn super easy work and Shakur Stevenson just easy work? Think about this. Because we know Shakur has brittle hands, right? This is how you know he just makes shit up. Yeah. Sugar Free Mars said she watched the Herring versus Roach fight. Tank ain't even going to break us. That's what I'm saying. He's not. But think about this. Keyshawn, he's basically saying Keyshawn is easier work than Shakur Stevenson. But Shakur Stevenson has brittle hands. So how Keyshawn Davis can bang, right? He's a boxer puncher. He can bang and his hands ain't brittle. So how is it that Keyshawn Davis is super easy work? Is it because of his lack of experience? Maybe. But Shakur has brittle hands, right? But if Shakur did certain things to strengthen his hands, strengthen the tendons in his hands and all that, he could make his hands better. Trey Titan was good. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Exactly. Sassy ass cop-outs. So he's going to use that. Oh, yeah. Those guys are too easy. I'm not fighting those guys. I never in the history of the sport of boxing has people been able to get away with this. You know what I'm saying? Ying Tay says Roach would have smashed Padley. Let's stop being silly. What does that have to do? Wait a minute. Do we know that? Do we know that Lamont Roach would have smashed Padley? Do we know that? No, we don't. If Padley had a good camp, you don't know what he's going to do. Exactly, Sugar Free Mars. It's him trying to justify his moves. Exactly. Crazy. Just wild. Just wild as shit. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep positive mindset, and never focus on your goals. Never lose focus on your goals. Let no one stop you, not even haters. Just know I've been there and got your back. Hey, Marie, no, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, not even that, man. Like, this is Padley versus, come on, man. He would smash Padley. Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about, man? Why are we talking about Padley and Lamont Roach fighting? You see what they doing? They playing Jenga in this bitch. They playing logical Jenga. Right? They just pulling that goddamn blocks, hoping the shit don't fall over. They playing logical Jenga. These motherfuckers, oh, well, let me pull this out of my ass and see what happens. This shit is crazy. He was smashed. Oh, okay, so let's say Lamont Roach smashed Padley. So what if? So what? What if? So are you saying that if Lamont smashes Padley, it would be more of a that would make Lamont more challenging? I don't understand what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Free Mars is real shit. These motherfuckers playing logical Jenga. They got the shit. There's one block at the bottom in the middle, and they balancing on both sides. Like, man, these motherfuckers crazy. What does that have to do with any? Like, come on, man. Like, Lamont Roach versus, what are we talking about? Are you saying because I don't understand what that would? Why are we talking? Why are we saying that? I'm trying to put that together in my mind. Why are we? You know, this shit is crazy how they maneuver. It's crazy how they maneuver around, because can you just answer for? It doesn't make sense. If Padley got whooped by Lamont Roach, that doesn't prove anything. Because, see, Lamont Roach would have to fight. What? So, you know how there's a way for Tonka Truck Davis to find out who's the biggest challenge. If you want to find out, you got to fight Devin Haney. You got to fight Shakur Stevenson. You got to fight Keyshawn Davis. You got to fight Lomachenko. And you got to fight, what's his name? You got to fight, goddamn, La Cucaracha, whatever the fuck his name is. Lamont Cucaracha. You got to fight those 5 motherfuckers to find out who the real challenge is. Who's the most challenging of those 5 fighters? You have to fight all 5 of them. Sugar Free Mars says anything to remove the focus off the fact that Tank is fighting a 135-pounder, 130-pounder no one asked for. Exactly. No one thought Lamont Roach was a challenge before Tonka Truck Davis decided to fight the motherfucker. No one even thought about, no one cared about who honestly, which Tonka Truck YouTuber ever talked about Lamont Roach and the champions at 130 before that? Like real shit. Because most of them, Tonka Truck Davis was not at 130 when they started covering him. Right? So who I ain't never heard nobody talking about nobody at 130 to this extent until Tonka Truck Davis decided to fight Lamont Roach. They still don't talk about any, I have not heard anybody talking about anybody at 130 that's actively campaigning at 130. Not a champion. I've seen them talk about, 120, 126, 122, right? Because anyway, every now and then they might do if they're covering a fight, they might talk about a fight on a card where there's a 130-pounder fight another 130-pounder. But no one is covering and talking about and, following the career of a 130-pounder. No one. No one is following the career of a 130-pounder like they do for anybody at 135 and up. And anyway, not even Cool Boy Steph. No one is covering Cool Boy Steph like that. And especially after Inoue stopped him. No one is covering anybody in those lower weight classes. Now all of a sudden, we're trying to make Lamont Roach he's number 9 pound for pound now? Is that what we're talking about? Because a lot of these people his name are on the pound for pound. On some of the pound for pound rankings. Some of these fighters that he mentioned. When was Lamont Roach ever on any pound for pound ranking? Now all of a sudden, Lamont Roach is a challenge, and all these other pound for pound individuals ain't shit. They're easy work. And no one is going to challenge Tank on that. That is a Tonka Truck YouTuber. They're not going to challenge him on it. They're going to take it and run with it and just put it out there. And now everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, man, fucking Lamont Roach, man, he'll beat Keyshawn ass. Watch. You're going to have people out there saying that Lamont Roach would whoop Keyshawn Davis' ass. He would whoop Shakur's ass. He would whoop Devin's ass. The only person that would give respect is Loma, because Tank gave him a little respect. Watch. Queen Mother Shaquila, how you doing? Many blessings to you. This shit is crazy, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. That is the wildest shit I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Boxing is in shambles because we just refuse. Oh yeah, of course they'll give races respect. I'm surprised they didn't ask him about racist Riri. Well, probably because he already fought him. Yeah, no one's interested in anybody that Tank's ever fought. You notice that? Anybody that Tank has ever fought, no one is interested in talking about them. Who talks about Pitbull like that? Nobody. Who talks about Rolly Romero like that? Nobody. Hector Garcia? Nobody. They'll bring up De La Cruz, or not De La Cruz, Santa Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz. They'll bring him up because he was a champion at 130. And he went down to fight him. Oh, because he's a Hall of Famer. Okay, well, that's all you got? That's all they got. You know what I'm saying? That's all they got. Who else they got? They don't talk about anybody that Tank ever fought outside of Leo Santa Cruz to boost his resume or to say that he's been hitting on something. Right? That, like Pedraza, maybe. They'll bring up Pedraza, they'll bring up Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they'll talk about Mario Barrios. They'll talk about those guys, but not like that. No one gives a fuck about those guys. But Devin Haney gets cheated by Ryan Garcia. That boosts Ryan Garcia's career into the stratosphere, like no other fighter. For cheating. The motherfucker cheated and was racist. And he got a bigger boost than Leo Santa Cruz, Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios, ever would. Ever would. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. No one cares about anybody Tank has ever fought. Nobody. Nobody. Anyway, I'm gonna get on out here, y'all. This shit is wild and crazy. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you guys. I'll holler at y'all later. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom and truth. Peace.